Hey guys, welcome back to Coach's Corner, brought to you by Fats Cafe, and today we are here with the lovely Coach Kenny Thomas. How are you doing today?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, I watch him game shows sometime on TV, like Wheel of Fortune, and the person always says, "Oh, I'm married to a lovely wife or a handsome gentleman," and I'm thinking everybody in the world must have a lovely or handsome spouse. So thank you for saying
You're welcome.
lovely.
No problem.
You.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so you're coming off a sweep against Augusta. What's your assessment of your team's play during the series?
Well, it was hard fought, that was for sure. All three games were tough. I mean, the first game we jumped out and Dadgum had a 12-2 lead in the seventh inning and had to use 4 pitchers to finish the game, including our closer, which you would never think you'd have to use your closer in a 12-2 in the seventh inning, but we did. It was hard fought. We won 13-10, and the next game was hard fought, 4-3. Golly, wasn't much hitting going on, and played really good defense that day and pitched really well. And then yesterday, the final, we jumped out 3-0, and before you know it, they're ahead of us 4-3, and we come back and tied it, and then we, put some more runs on at the end. So it was a great series, hard fought. Our guys really played their hearts out this weekend, and with all the injuries and everything we've had, and makeshift lineups at times, and our guys really fought hard this weekend. I was very proud of them.
They did. Okay, so who do you think stood out the most?
Woo, that's pretty tough. Yesterday I thought old Doug Ard caught really well behind the plate and had 4 hits and really did a great job. Hutto pitched well for 5 innings yesterday, and we really needed that yesterday. So I thought that was a great job by him. And the day before, I told the players on Saturday, it's been a long time since we won one by pitching and defense, and that's what we did on Saturday. And then T.J. Costins, I don't know how he hit that ball through that 4-hole to drive in the winning run, but he did, and it was a extremely great effort on his part to do that. And there was a lot of guys that stood out this weekend, and it was just very hard fought by all of them.
Okay, coming up, you're hosting Emmanuel and Georgia Gwinnett. These are your first times playing them. What are your expectations for those?
I don't know. I know Emmanuel's, their record's not very good. The weird thing is you go back and look at their few wins they have, it's very quality opponents. Like they beat Armstrong, who's, second or third in our league this morning. They beat Georgia Regents. So it's very weird. They've lost a lot of games, but it seems like they rise to the occasion when they play a very good team. Yeah. So I don't know much about them, and they're in the Conference Carolinas now. This is their first year in the Conference Carolinas. So, right now it's about us. Georgia Gwinnett, we've never played before. I know they're very good, and got an unbelievable facility over there at their place that's a recruiting heaven. So they're a very good team. It's going to be challenging. This is a bye weekend that we couldn't fill a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. We tried. I offered everybody in the country that had a bye. There wasn't 3 or 4 teams had byes this weekend. I offered them the moon. Couldn't get anybody to come. So it's kind of a weird schedule this week. Now next year we have the same weekend as a bye, and we've got Florida Southern coming next year, 9-time national champs. So we'll have them next year on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But this year the schedule's kind of screwed up a little bit this week, but it doesn't matter. Every game's important to us right now.
Absolutely. Okay, going on to Chaz Powell. How impressive is his offensive performance been to you?
Well, it's been really good at times, and then he'll have one of them days. I had a little talk with him yesterday before the game that he sometimes has a tendency to get himself out of mind, out of whack a little bit during batting practice. If he doesn't have a good round during batting practice, he suddenly talks himself into he's not swinging very well. And we talked about that before the game yesterday. Batting practice is to get yourself ready, warm, loose. It's not always indicative of how you're going to hit in the game. And but he's obviously a big part of our offense. And he's gone. It's kind of a unique situation. He's gone from starting the season out in the 7-hole, moving to the 6-hole, to the 5-hole, and now he's hitting
moving
the
all over the
3-hole.
place.
So he's hitting 4 different spots in the lineup, which I think if you remember back before the season, we talked about that. We had
We did.
guys that could hit 7, 3, whatever, it didn't matter. So he's been the shining example of that. TJ Costin's another one. He's at 2, 3, 5, you know. So, but Chaz is a big part of our offense, and you know, he is an offensive player. You know, he's worked hard on his defense, trying to get better every day, and he's improved a lot, and the move to second's helped him a lot.
Right. Okay, so staying on the subject of his defensive play, he's played 3 positions so far this year. Has he found his new home at first
Well,
base?
I doubt it. I doubt that. He can play first base. We knew that, and we practiced him there some. So yesterday, when we were forced to play our 5th first baseman of the year,
Right.
he got elected, and so he went to first. We knew he played a little bit of that in junior college, and we had practiced the last couple of weeks with him some at first in case this situation were to happen.
Right.
That happened yesterday. So no, he'll be back at second base, and you know, if Tyler Moore gets back, as soon as he gets back, he goes back to right field, which brings Randy Luckett back into first.
Right.
Now, we're hoping we get Ty Barkell back here soon. Not sure when, but I think Chaz Powell has to understand right now you might play second day, you might play first today, you're not really sure.
Right. Okay. Although we can't talk specifics with injuries, how close do you think you are to having your opening day lineup back?
Woo! Well, I'm not sure that's going to happen this year. Like I said, we're hoping to get Ty Barkell back. He has started working out. Yesterday on Sunday was the first day he swung a bat at all, hit off the tee. We're off today, so he's going to come in today on his own and swing some more and work out some more. And he's coming along much better than we had thought. I mean, heck, it's been, 5 weeks now?
That's great news, though.
That's great news. Bossy, I'm not sure that, you know, if we get him back, it would probably be tournament time. He's not going to be back at least for 3 more weeks. And, so
and he's a senior.
He's a senior, and, you know, he's working hard in the training room trying to get back. So Niall Goins is kind of slow coming back, you know, when you have a cast on your hand for – in our sport, a cast on your hand doesn't really work. So he's been out a while. It's going to take him a while to get back. So we may not ever get back to our opening day starting lineup, that's for sure.
Okay, well, we'll move on from that subject. Where would you rank Jimmy Lynch in terms of a closer in the PBC?
Well, I think he's done a great job. You know, we had to use him. It was bad the way we had to use him this weekend. You know, we get it. We're in a 12-2 game on the 7th inning on Friday, and Jimmy Lynch is out of the picture today.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's 13-10, and Jimmy Lynch, you're back in the picture today. And so we warmed up. We're 3-run lead in the 9th. That's his business. Come on, do your job. He comes in. He pitches to 2 batters, and the lightning starts.
Yeah.
Had an hour delay. Then he had to warm up again. And so I was hoping not to have to use him Saturday after that, but we're 4-3 in the 9th, and that's your job, man.
Yeah.
And you got to go do it. And in our sport, that's very difficult to do. So he actually warmed up 3 times in 2 days there, so that was tough. But I think he's done a good job.
Right.
Some days he throws a little harder than the other days, and some days his breaking ball's a little better, but that goes with all of them. And but I think as he grows in this role in the future, he's really going to become very dominant, and that's what we're looking for.
Right.
Get dominant where when we send you out there, we know it's over.
Yeah. Okay, so sticking to pitching, you started Ben Black during the Augusta Series. Is this something we might see more of?
Well, that shocked a lot of people, didn't
did.
it? I mean, I think when that was announced Saturday, I don't think anybody ever expected that. But we just tried to shake it up this weekend and, you know, see if old Ben could go out there and give us 5, maybe 6 innings in the front end instead of at the back end. And, you know, I'm not sure yet. This week with it so weird, our schedule with Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, you know, I'm not sure how I'm going to start them yet this week. But then next weekend, obviously, with Flagler is huge, and we got a lot of big games before then.
Yes,
but
you do.
it's possible we could keep him in that role. Yes, I think that's probably more probable than not. So.
Now, did he know this was going to happen, or was just brought on him?
He didn't know that till Wednesday of last week.
Okay.
We told him I think it was Wednesday, we told him that he was going to start on Saturday, and I might have told him Tuesday. I don't know. One of those days I told him, and
But he got a letter in advance.
he got an email saying, "Hey, you gonna start Saturday?" No, we just told him we thought that's what we needed to do, and he was good. He was good either way. He's pitched a lot of innings lately, and so why not start him and see if he can get us 5 or 6 in the front.
Okay. Did you expect TJ Costin to not only lead your team in steals, but to also be among the top 3 in the conference?
He's one of the best base runners I've ever coached. I'm not saying he's the fastest I've ever coached, and he's not the fastest guy on our team.
Right.
He's a 6'8" runner, what we call 6'8", 6'5", 6'4", whatever, in the 60s, what we're judged by in our sport. So he's a 6'8" runner, which is good. But he's a very smart base runner, and the smartest base runner we have, and that's the reason he's hit in weird spots. I put him at 2 for a while because I'm thinking if he can get on, he can steal bases and get us going early. And but I like him where he is now, that 5 right in there, because just like he did Saturday, he got up there. He knew it's the bottom of the 8th. We need to get that run across, and he wasn't particularly swinging well that day. But he figured out a way to roll one through the 4-hole and get the winning run in. So I like him there too. But he's one of the smartest base runners I've ever coached.
That's awesome. Okay, after this weekend, your team clinched a spot in the PBC tournament, and you guys currently sit 5th with just 3 games remaining against league opponents. Is there a sense of relief knowing that before you face Flagler, you're in the tournament?
Well, I guess it is a relief to know we're in the tournament because, as you well know, it's been a struggle with all the injuries and everything that's happened to us this year. I know the trainers told me yesterday, said, "I don't believe we've ever had a year like this." I said, "I don't believe I have either." So I don't believe I've ever seen anything like this.
For the books.
But it is a relief. We still have a lot of things as coaches on our minds, and I'm a never say never. So. I'm sure when the first regional poll comes out in another week or so, we're probably not going to be in a position that shows we're in the region. So we're going to have to play our way into the region. So, but I don't give up on the fact that we can do that during the regular season. I mean, we have 10 games left, so I know they are very tough opponents.
Right.
These 10 games are as tough of final 10 that I've ever had. So. It's going to be very, very difficult for the next 10 games, but I never say never. Heck, man, you make a little run through here and put yourself in a position how they're going to leave you out no matter what you do. But right now our thoughts is get into the conference tournament. We're in there. Let's see if we can go make some damage there and just keep trying to take one game at a time.
That's the way to do it. Who do you want to face in the tournament?
Woo! You know what? The problem in our league right now, when you start thinking about who you're facing, is everybody has a big time number 1 pitcher, and so it doesn't matter who you face. You can go down through there: Armstrong, North Georgia, Flagler, Pembroke, Francis Marion, Columbus. They all have a big time number 1. So no matter who you face, and it really doesn't matter because that opening game of that conference tournament, you're going to face a big-time arm. And so at this point, way everybody's beating everybody, I don't think there's any way to know who you're going to face anyhow.
Okay, after the game yesterday, what did you guys do? I heard A.O. Pie was hosting something, and I heard that you luckily got pied in the face. How was that?
Well, I tell you, it was
it was
a lot of whipped cream in my face. Just somehow I didn't know. I've had a new little tradition, and after we win, and I shake hands with the opposing coach, I go down that wall there where all those directors' chairs sits, and I just give all those close fans, which one of them's my wife,
Right.
give them all a high five or a fist pump, you know, and then wave to the crowd a little bit. And so when I went down through there yesterday, my wife informed me that that AOPI wanted to present me with something, and they had been selling opportunities or whatever in the crowd. And so anyhow, they had used it, without my knowledge, they had used it as a fundraiser to say, hey, you can stay and watch, or you get to put one in Coach's face. And so people were donating to the cause. And so being the true sportsman I am, besides liking whipped cream, I love whipped cream now. It's good. I love whipped cream. So I took them. I guess I took 6, 7 of them, and I had it all over me. But it was good.
It's for a good cause too.
It was a great cause. Strikeout arthritis, a great
That's
cause.
awesome.
And it was cold. They had kept that Cool Whip.
They probably saved
cold.
that for you.
Woo, that was good too. It tasted good.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck in the rest of your season. All right, guys, this is Coach's Corner, brought to you by Fats Cafe. Thanks for joining us.